Hey everybody, welcome back. Now, as you may know, I love me a smoky eye, and I want to wear one during the day. So that's what this look is all about. A smoky eye that is daytime appropriate, ridiculously easy, and doesn't include false lashes. Do subscribe if you like what I do, and I hope you enjoy. Since we're talking daytime makeup, we must talk about SPF. I have a tumultuous relationship with SPF because I know how important it is, but a lot of the ones in the market aren't particularly cosmetically elegant. The Dermalogica Skinperfect primer is an exception. I love this. It applies exactly like a silicone primer and does actually improve the way that my foundation looks and wears. It's also a physical sunscreen, never irritates my skin. It also doesn't have a white cast. Keep in mind that if you are using this for sun protection, make sure you use the correct amount over the entire face. You can absolutely take it over your neck and chest too, although I tend to use a body sunscreen for those areas. I like to give my primer or my SPF a minute just to settle, so while it is doing that, let us get our smoky eye going. This is like the easiest smoky eye ever, I promise. So we're starting with a matte mid-tone shadow and blending that through the socket. I am using this Essence All About Nudes palette. Super affordable, and I'm actually really impressed with the formula. Perhaps just be mindful when you dab your brush into the pan because it does have a bit of a tendency to kick up a bit of product. But that's something I can totally overlook because it performs beautifully on the eyes and that's what matters. Next, I'm taking that deeper brown shade and pressing all over the lid so that that lid color meets the crease color. And yes, I am applying eyeshadow with my fingers because I feel lazy. Also, with a finger, I feel like you can kind of feel around the nooks and cranny on the eyeball. No? Just me? Anyway, while we're on the topic of lazy, this part does not need to be well blended at all. Clearly, mine is patchy and choppy, but as long as it looks kind of rich and smoky and you got that depth going, it doesn't matter. Because we're going to take some sort of shimmer and pat it onto the center of the lid, and this pretty much conceals all blending sins. I like to think of this step as kind of like a top coat. You can use a cream eyeshadow or a liquid eyeshadow or a pressed pigment or just a shimmery shadow, whatever you happen to have on hand. I went with a lighter gold shade because I really wanted to lift this eye look so that it didn't look too dramatic for daytime. I have the tendency to do that. I'm getting ready for something casual and I give myself an accidental smoky eye. And the top coat technique is a good way to liven it up. Give the lashes a really good curl and then tight lining with a black pencil. This just makes the lashes look really thick and lush. You can absolutely stop there, but I wanted a little more smoky, so I roughly lined the upper lash line and then smudged it out with a finger, because apparently that is the theme of this tutorial. Hashtag fingers work fine. You can throw a pair of false lashes on this look if you like to wear lashes during the day. I often do, but I do know that many of you want to see looks without false lashes. So today I'm just applying a few coats of volumizing mascara. This Sephora One Flakes, by the way, do not recommend. For foundation, this is the YSL Fusion Ink Cushion. I just wanted to update you guys and tell you that I still freaking love this foundation. I think I might be on my third repurchase. If I'm just putting on makeup for like day-to-day, going to work, something casual, then this is what I'm wearing because it is so convenient to apply. I was actually having a giggle to myself because most of this footage, I'm not even using a mirror. I'm just staring into space. Onto under eye concealer. And look, maybe I'm dense, but when Benefit rebranded their concealer line and called them all Boing Concealer, I got really confused. So from what I've gathered, their only new formula is the Boing Airbrush Concealer. And this is actually a really lovely formula for daytime. It's got a medium coverage, kind of a satiny finish, and it's not cakey at all. Just don't go expecting it to cover everything. It's not that kind of concealer. Next, setting the T-zone with some powder. My skin is playing me so hard right now. I've just got some sort of weird texture going on. So when that happens, I use a pore filling primer like the Skinperfect that I used today, and also I set the textured areas with a powder because when the skin is really dewy, it draws attention to any lumps and bumps. You guys, watch this. Oh my god. Victoria Beckham Estee Lauder collection. Ever since her first release, I've been telling myself, stop it, Karima. You do not need any more makeup. And now that I've tried it, I can definitively say that I have always needed this bronzer. Just the tone is gorgeous. It's more neutral than a lot of my other bronzers. And it's soft but buildable, and then it blends like a dream, even over a tacky foundation. And don't even get me started on the compact. It's a work of art. I'm going for a bit of a softer brow, nothing too structured or opaque that might kind of compete with the eye makeup. Brows are personal though. You do you, girlfriend. Quickly finishing off the eyes, I'm lining the waterline with a brown pencil. This is the Stila something or other amazing pencil. And then I'm extending that product onto the lash line too and roughly smudging it out. I do think that hooded eyes or heavy eyelids like mine can get away with a little bit of extra shading on the lower lash line because much of the smokiness on the lid may not be visible when the eyes are open. So work the lower lash line. Of course, you can adjust this to suit your preferences. Some of you will like a heavier lower lash line and others can totally tone it down. Also taking a touch of that crease color that I used earlier under the smudge pencil. That way the transition is just a little bit softer. A bit of mascara on the lower lashes, and that is the eyes done. It's a classic smoky eye, just a softer iteration. And you can do a cooler tone version if you like. If you select lighter shades, it will soften the look further, or you can amp it up. It's totally up to you. I'm testing this Huda Beauty highlight palette, and I don't know, I am very underwhelmed about it. It's pretty and all, don't get me wrong, but quite subtle, which is not at all what I was expecting from Huda, I guess. You guys know I am not much of a blush person, but I know that you guys like blush, so I'll throw on some just for you. This is MAC Warm Soul, which is more in the bronzy family. It's a blush that's there, but it's not really there, if you know what I mean. Good for those of us who don't want to add too much color to an already high color complexion. I feel you. Have you guys seen the new Hourglass lipsticks? They're the super slim confession lipsticks. They come in this weighty gold, like handbag weapon maybe. Some of the shades are more shiny and some more matte. The formula does differ between shades, so maybe keep that in mind. Today I went with the shade I Wish. This is about as nude as I can go without veering into the concealer lips kind of territory. A little bit different for me, but I liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If I'm not singing along to music endlessly, then I can do this look in about 20 minutes. And if it's a little bit messy, that's totally okay. It just adds to the charm. Let's chat in the comment section down below. I read every single comment and I respond to a good portion of them. That's always been a really important part of my channel. Also come say hello to me on Instagram at Karima McKimmie, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye.